Today, I'm going to be challenging myself to build 2 gaming computers, but it's not just any challenge. I'm giving myself a budget of $600. For 600 US dollars, I'm gonna see if I can build 2 gaming computers. Let's go. Throughout this challenge, I'm going to be documenting every day that I get a deal for it or anything that happens during the challenge. But day 1 starts right now. I actually got this deal a few days back, but let's test it to make sure it works and it'll give us a good start on this challenge. Okay, so the deal I got is this computer. It may not look the prettiest. It does not have either of the side panels on, but hey, this computer is a Ryzen 5 1600 AF, RX 570, 16 gigs of RAM, SSD, and 2 hard drives. And on top of that, ooh, another RX 570. Guess the price, drop your bets down below. So I paid $315 for this whole deal. That leaves me $285 left to spend, and we already have a whole computer and a graphics card towards another computer. But let's test this thing out and hope it works. Are you sick and tired of seeing this horrendous watermark while gaming? If so, then head over to your city key, find your desired Windows key, and use discount code LAB20 and get Windows 10 Pro for as low as $16. Head over to your activation settings, copy and paste your key, and bam, you activated Windows 10. Links in the video description. It would help if I plugged this display cable in. The monitor light turned on. It's looking, let's go. Alrighty, let's throw in this other RX 570 and test it out to ensure this one works too. Okay, I didn't forget to plug in the display cable this time. Let's turn it on. Hey! Alrighty. Well, that's awesome. I'm actually super stoked that all these parts work. So all the parts that we just bought work. But unfortunately, as you saw, the first PC that we have completely already done for us, it's kind of beat up. The case is looking pretty ghetto. It doesn't have the rear IO shield for the motherboard. Doesn't have any of the side panels. The front is super dirty. So first, we'll give it a cleaning. But second, since we are on a tight budget, I'm not gonna replace the case. Because if you're on a budget, you gotta settle for stuff like this. And it won't look too bad after a little cleanup. But now, what all do we need for the second PC? So first, let's go over what we have. We have that RX 570, and we have an additional hard drive in that PC over there that we will not be using because it does not need 2 hard drives. But we still need a RAM, motherboard, CPU, cooler, power supply, case, and an SSD, and we have $285 to get all that. Think we can do it? Stick around. So the night is basically over for day 1 of the challenge, but anyways, let's just give this little PC a cleaning as I said, because it's super dirty, and then I'll show you a little transformation, and then I'll also be tracking down some deals for us to go pick up for the second PC. The total cost for the build behind me, and it is completely done, it is $200, and we also pulled out that 1 terabyte hard drive, and then got the other RX 570 for the other build, which brings the total for that other build to 115, and we still need all the other parts as I was saying. But today I may have a lead on a case. I messaged them, it's an NZXT like H500 I think, so I'll pick up the camera when I pick that up hopefully. Yesterday was such a bust. That person didn't even reply to me. Like, that's the biggest annoyance ever for me while building PCs and trying to get deals. Like, when someone doesn't even reply to you, like, why are you trying to sell something and you're not even replying? It's just super annoying. But anyways, today, stupid. Anyways though, today I found a PC that I was messaging about for like a few days in a row now, and we finally agreed on a price of $175, and I think I'm gonna go pick it up. It seems kind of iffy. He's kind of like, oh, we'll do this time, but just message me. I may have to do a little later, but yeah, we should be able to do that time. So he's kind of like not too sure about it, but I'll pick the camera up if I do go get it.
A few moments later.
Okay guys, we're on our way to go get that deal right now. That whole computer for $175. It has an i7 7700K, 8 gigs of RAM, motherboard, power supply, and a 500 gigabyte hard drive. Let's go get it. Okay guys, we just got that computer for $175. That leaves me with like a little less than 100, I think. I don't know, I can't do math off the top of my head. But that's pretty good because this computer gave us everything we need basically, because we already have the GPU, we just need an SSD. But since it's only 8 gigs of RAM, I found a deal for 16, and that's what we're going to get right now. Okay, ladies and gents, we just got the RAM. Let's go home now. Okay, let's do a little first boot up and hope it works. It's turning on. Hey, there we go. You can see it works right there. But now let's throw this RAM in there and see if this works. I bet you it does, but just in case, you know. All right, yeah, sick. So it just says the memory has changed. So let's go, boys. All these parts work. Day 3 of the challenge, and we're basically already done. But before we build this PC, let's go ahead and test the other one so we can compare these two and see which one performs any better. Then we'll do a deep dive into all these parts. Okay, so the final parts for the system right behind me. The CPU, it's a Ryzen 5 1600AF. Graphics card is a Powered Color RX 570 4GB version. And that's all on the MSI B450M Bazooka V2. It's a micro ATX motherboard. And then for RAM, we got Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro, a 2x8GB kit clocked at 3000 MHz. And then for storage, it's a Kingston 120GB SSD and a Seagate Barracuda 1TB hard drive. And then the power supply is an EVGA 550 watt, just at 80 plus white. And then it's all in that janky little case. But now we can finally test it. That performance of the first PC honestly wasn't that bad, and I kind of murked on some people. I wrecked them in those games. But anyways, the parts for the second PC, we have them all, minus an SSD, which I ordered on Amazon. But before I ordered that, our leftover budget was around $85 because we're not using the original RAM that came with the system because we got that 16GB kit. Okay, the SSD finally got here from Amazon, and I buy them in 2 packs, so I got it for $23.36 each, but we're only using 1. So now we finally completed this build. Let's go over all the final parts for the second PC. So for the CPU, it's the i7 7700K. The GPU is a Red Devil RX 570 4GB version. Also has 3 fans, it's a pretty long card. And then all of that is sitting on the MSI Z270A Pro motherboard. It's an ATX motherboard. And then we got that RAM, which is a Corsair Vengeance kit, a 2x8GB clocked at 3000 MHz. And then the SSD, and then also the PC, it came with a 1TB hard drive instead of a 500GB hard drive, so we just used that instead of the other one that was left over in the first PC. And the power supply is a Thermaltake Tough Power 750 watt 80 plus gold. And the case is an older NZXT case, it's the H440 ATX. And then for extras, the PC came with the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo, which is perfect for the i7 because it does overclock. I did tally things up a bit differently than I did in the beginning of the video. So the second PC is coming at $323.36, and then the first PC is coming at $235. And that leaves us with a leftover budget of $41.64. So give me a round of applause for building 2 PCs for under $600. Leave a clap chain in the comments. I'm pretty happy that I was able to do this, and both of them perform really good. But keep in mind the price difference between these two systems as we compare the test results right now. So the first PC with the Ryzen 5 and the RX 570 and Fortnite 1080p with pro settings, we got an average of 148 FPS. And then Warzone with normal/low settings, also in 1080p, got an FPS average of 81. And we ran a quick time spy as always, it got a score of 3,981. And then the i7 RX 570 PC, we tested Fortnite, same settings in 1080p again, and we got an average of 164. And then Warzone, same settings again, we got an average FPS of 91. And then Time Spy, we got a score of 4,116. So yeah, as you see from those test results, the i7 PC obviously performs better, But hey, keep in mind that it's about an $88 difference between the two systems. So which one would you choose? But now, let me show you the changes I would make to these systems with no budget in mind. Alrighty, here is the first PC now with an upgraded case. That is all we did to it. And this made the build cost $287.54, so still pretty damn affordable. And it looks like 10 times better now. Okay, and here's the second PC. All I did was just put it in a new case that I got off Amazon, and it brought the total to $355.90. The fans are a bit weird, but hey, it comes with like a remote, and overall it looks pretty clean. So let me know what you think down below in the comments about these two systems. Which one would you choose now that both of them have RGB? And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace. And which one would you